Drop an object from your hand and it falls. That rule feels absolute. Without physical support, everything must plummet down and hit the floor. But look up into the night sky and the rules change. We are surrounded by massive celestial bodies that remain suspended in the dark without any visible support at all. These objects are suspended near the sun, which contains over 99% of all the mass in our solar system. Based on how gravity works on the ground, the Earth has every reason to plunge straight into it. The reality is that the Earth is falling. The Moon is falling. They have both been falling for billions of years, but an unseen mechanic prevents the final impact. Understanding how a planet falls forever without a crash requires moving past our basic assumptions about how objects travel through space. Imagine standing in an open field and throwing a ball straight forward. It moves ahead horizontally, but gravity pulls it down simultaneously, creating a curved arc toward the dirt. If you throw it faster, horizontal momentum carries it further before gravity forces it down. Increased speed results in more distance covered before the impact. But the Earth is a sphere. At a high enough velocity, the surface curves away. At 17,000 miles per hour, forward movement matches the planet's curvature. The ball keeps dropping, but the ground drops away perfectly. The object is now perpetually missing the ground. This state of constant missing is the definition of an orbit. This governs the Moon's behavior right now. It travels forward so fast that as Earth's gravity pulls inward, the Moon simply overshoots the surface. Moons and planets are locked in a permanent, high-speed state of falling and missing. It is easy to imagine an invisible tether or a magnetic force holding this spinning balance in place. However, Albert Einstein's work in the early 20th century replaced the idea of gravity as a pull. He proposed that there is no invisible rope. General relativity defines space as a flexible, three-dimensional fabric that dictates how objects are allowed to move. When a massive object like the sun sits in that fabric, it warps the geometry, creating a deep funnel in space. Smaller bodies like Earth aren't dragged by a force. They naturally roll along the curves of that cosmic funnel. The Earth travels forward on the curved path of least resistance set by the sun's mass. Planets exist entirely within the shape of gravity, surrendering to the geometry of space. You are currently standing on the surface of an object moving through a vacuum at 67,000 miles per hour. Because you and the ground beneath you move together along a smooth curve, your brain perceives this high-speed motion through bent space as absolute stillness. The difference between a crash and a stable orbit is entirely a matter of your trajectory. Keep this massive paradigm shift in mind the next time you watch an everyday object fall to the floor. Our planet is in a state of free fall. We survive because we are moving fast enough